So our children grow up in that and they go to school and they're ignored. And it hurts them. And they don't even have the words to articulate. They're only four or 5 years old. And all they know is, I'm reading you, because that's the other thing that people don't understand about black children. Black children can read you before the developmental charts say they can. They may not be able to articulate it, but they can tell when you're not being sincere.
Right.
And then they get punished for it.
Ooh.
They punish them for that. And so I work in the community. I work with parents. I give them the language. I help them deal with how they're triggered, because when they were in school, they felt like they weren't smart enough. Teacher didn't call on them, or they were always looked at negatively. Another study, Yale child study, looked at a huge number of teachers. I think it was 126 teachers they looked at, preschool. And what they wanted to know, they told the teachers that we want you to look at this room full of children, and we want you to point out any potential problem you might see there, any potential problem. Where the deception is, there was no problem behavior going on. They wanted to look at the trajectory of their gaze. They wanted to know, where did they look when they expected bad behavior?
Oof.
And of course, it came out the same way we understand of all these kids that are getting expelled or kicked out. They look specifically at the black boy.
Absolutely.
They look specifically at the black boy. Even when there were two children off task, white and black, not only both off task, doing the same off-task behavior, they only saw the black boy.
Absolutely.
And of these over 100 teachers, they weren't all white teachers. Do you see what I'm saying? When you close your eyes, the image, the same thing comes up. So here you have these children that aren't doing anything wrong.
But being children.
And being children.
They're being children.
And then they get punished for it.
Yeah.
And so it's really important for us to understand that these behaviors are transferred. Not only, it's like I asked people in the audience, I said, how many of you know how to cook? And I tell them, if you're in Louisiana, everybody raise their hand, because everybody in Louisiana.
I know Will is probably like, Will is over here.
Come on. Everybody, they don't claim it, right? And then I ask them, who'd you learn to cook from? Mama, big mama, daddy sometime. You learned that from someone. Okay. Who you think they learned it from? Probably their mama. I said, so that's called social learning theory. We learn from the significant people in our environment. Learned behavior. If the people you're learning from have been harmed, if the people you're learning from have experienced trauma, never addressed, then you unwittingly take that on.